have been very enthusiastic during everybody's stories offering agreement. And I'm really excited to hear about your story and how you landed at Washington, Western Washington. I know it was via Skagit Valley. And
Mhm.
if you could also include some of the resources that were available at Mount Vernon, I'd love to learn
Right.
more about how you used Gear Up and just, how you got here, man.
All right. So before I even start, I want to just acknowledge my privileges that I have the access to get into higher education. So that within itself is a privilege to get into higher education. And not only that, but like something that I really learned something during the summer that I really like that this mentor once told me is that when you hear someone that has in higher education or like for you to go into higher education, you don't need to be smart. Like someone that has a higher education does not mean that you're smart. It just means opportunities. So that's something that I want students to know about that don't get intimidated by higher institutions, and not only that, but spaces that you feel like you're not welcome there because you don't have a GPA or you consider yourself smart. Please know that you do belong in those spaces and you have a lot of value to give to those spaces wherever you want to go. So that's something that I want to take it out from there. And also, so I got into AVID program, which is called for, I actually had to search this up when you guys were talking. It's called for Advancement via Individual Determination. So that program kind of helps students to navigate college, maybe whatever in your state, maybe you guys something similar. Sorry, y'all in your state, you all have something similar.
Yeah.
But that's for Washington State. So that kind of program kind of really. Now I'm saying this from my own experience. I'm pretty sure everybody that was in a program felt completely something different. But for me, something that can relate to y'all is that going to a 4-year university. If you go to a 4-year university, that's something you made it. And also community college wasn't brought up as much. It was brought up as a plan B option. So I went with the route. I followed my teachers, and I decided to apply to UW, Western Washington, and the Arts Institute of Seattle.
Hmm.
Which, spoiler, they're closed now. They're bankrupt. So I applied to UW and Western, got rejected. And please know that I also took the ACTs scores, and I did really bad, like really bad, y'all. I'm gonna put myself here on blast, but I got a 935 in total, which is horrible.
Right. Yeah.
So
SATs, is that right?
yeah, the SAT, yeah, the
Yeah.
SAT, and I did really bad on that. So I something of the background about me is I come from migrant parents, and my parents always wanted to have an education but couldn't due to the economical circumstances. My parents are from Mexico, and when I was born, and just in education was always in my mind, always in my mind. Ironically, when I was a kid, the teachers told me "Yeah, I'm sorry, man, but your kid's not gonna make it. He's lazy or he's just not capable." And now I just love it. I love school, except for doing homework part. I don't like that. Now I can't get out of school. I'm planning on going to get my PhD in 10 years. I want to get a doctorate degree. So, anyways, so then when I applied to the Arts Institute of Seattle, I wanted to pursue photography. And I applied for the scholarship. I got second place, which covered $25,000. Keep in mind that tuition there's $75K a year. It's a private institution. Each quarter was $7K. So I was deciding okay, should I take Arts Institute of Seattle? Until a professor told me hey, do you really love this? Do you really see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? And I was yeah, but I was kind of a little iffy. Then I went to the school based on the campus, and I decided, you know what? I don't want to go to the Arts Institute of Seattle because one, tuition 7K. If I need to live in Seattle, which is 900 a month. And when I was there, I just feel I wasn't being valued as a student. I was just there because they just wanted my money. So I was you know what? I'm gonna apply to Skagit Valley College. It's close to home. It's a 5-minute drive to my house. And honestly, that was one of the best decisions that I ever made in my life because I was home and I was just kind of getting training wheels to a 4-year university. And I want everybody to know that it's okay that if you do not get your BA or your AA within that time frame, AA is 2 years, and BA is 4 years.
Mhm.
Right now, I think I spent 5 to 6 years just getting my BA. And it took me 3 years just to get my A because I made multiple mistakes and I failed multiple classes during my Skagit Valley College times. So I was in Skagit Valley College. I developed myself. I developed my social skills. I developed my networking system, and I just developed connections. And thanks to a program called Quick Start to College during high school, we were there at Western Washington for like 3 days, and they teach you about resources, about scholarships. And I did not apply for the. Hey, yo, what's that program called that everybody applies like during middle school, like in 8th or 7th grade?
Found. College
Yeah,
Bound.
that's yeah, that one. Wow, can you guys say it again? Because I don't think you catch that.
Found. It's not available at every school though.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't know about it either.
Yeah.
College Bound. Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't know about that until like I was at Quick Start College. I was like, what in the world was that? Like, but it's something you're supposed to apply when you're in 7th grade. But I wasn't here in 7th grade. I was in Arizona. So yeah, and then I transferred from Skagit Valley College to Western Washington. And man, the first 3 weeks were tough, but what really like kept me going. And I don't know about if y'all like, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but like just having that sense of community in your school, in your institution, because if you don't have a sense of community, like you're gonna have burnout. Like I have a feeling burning out, and I want to give up too. But just having the community and support, like all my coworkers here, like they're part of my community that I see in my workspace in my school.